Every word that you say is a blueprint that your mind, your body, your psyche wants to make a reality. Marisa Peer, named the #1 coach and therapist in Britain, Marisa Peer has inspired not only me, that I've had the pleasure of meeting, but also millions of people around the world, including celebrity clients like Princess Diana, the British royal family, celebrities, and pretty much any Hollywood star you can think of. Marisa's elegance in the way and how she speaks is so beautiful that I just had to cover it in this week's episode of MasterTalk. Hi everyone, Brendan here from MasterTalk on your go-to channel to mastering your talk. And today we're covering the great hypnotherapist herself, Marisa Peer. So let's get into it. Number 1, the energy you bring to your life is just as important as the energy you bring to your presentations. Marisa's an interesting character because she's the only person that I featured in this series that I actually had the chance to meet. And the reason I'm telling you this is because of how amazed I was when I started speaking to her. The same calmness, the same amazing vibration that I felt from her when she spoke on stage in front of 2,000 people, I felt in that one-on-one conversation. All of her attention was focused on me, as if I was the most important person in the world, which I'm not, obviously. But it was that interaction that I still remember even years later that makes me go, wow, Marisa's such an incredible speaker and is one of the best speakers I've ever had the chance of listening to. And the lesson here is very simple. If you want to be a top speaker, you need to bring more energy to your life. The more you understand yourself, the easier it is for you to communicate your love for whatever it is that you do, whether it's baking or public speaking or camera presentations, to the people who are the most excited to hear from them. And I would say out of all the people that I've come across, Marisa is probably one of the most delightful, positive people I had the chance of coming across. Which is why I think that if you want to be a world-class speaker, you need to figure out who you are, not just on the presentation stage, but also in life in general. And Marisa has been able to do that because she cares so much about helping other people, help them overcome their traumas, their past, through the power of their mind. And if you can achieve that and figure out what your purpose is, what your goal is, that will show not just in your presentations, but more importantly, when people come up and speak to you to see who you really are. Number 2, persuasion can be accomplished regardless of your speaking style. Marisa's a very soft speaker. She's not loud like me or like a Gary Vaynerchuk. She goes up on stage, speaks very calmly, and uses analogies that pretty much hypnotize you into believing she's right because she is. So a lot of neurologists and experts on the mind, whenever they comment on that topic, they always talk about the different parts of the brain, the cerebellum, the this, the that. Whereas when Marisa speaks, she keeps it very simple. She says things like, the mind will tell and do whatever you want it to. If you tell your mind positive things, you will become a positive person. If you tell your mind negative things, you'll become a negative person. And then she uses examples like pretending to squeeze a lemon in your mouth, and you can feel the juices, you can feel how acidic your mouth is, but there's no lemon there. So it's those examples that make you go, wow, she's right. Whatever I tell my mind will happen. And it's those simple examples that she's able to persuade you towards her ideas. She's one of the few speakers I've had the chance of watching where you pretty much just agree with everyone she says. She could tell you to go be a bus driver and you'll do it. It's that amazing voice that she has that has captivated millions of people around the world. And this is something you'll definitely have to check out for yourself. Number 3, translate what you hear from your audience back to them in a powerful way. What's amazing about Marisa, because I can tell she has a lot of conversations with her audience members, it's from those conversations that she was able to simplify her teachings in a way that everyone can understand them. So I'm sure at the beginning, when she started this work, She probably used a lot of complex jargon and lingo. When she looked at the industry, she understood and realized that, hey, wait a second, if we want everyone to have access to this information, we need to tone it down. We need to use very simple analogies to communicate. And in many ways, the best speakers in the world work as translators. They translate their audience's problems and provide solutions in a way that they can understand them. And it's only through those conversations, only by looking at what those problems are, that we can actually translate them in a way where people go, oh, that makes sense. In the same way, I've done this with public speaking. You know, I got these weird techniques called the puzzle method. Why do I start using these methods? Why does that make sense? Puzzles sound childish, but puzzles are also easy to understand. In the same way, Marisa's done an incredible job through her lemon analogies, through the way that the mind tells you or does whatever you want it to, and listens to whatever you say. It's those analogies that help us understand the power of the mind and how to leverage it in a way that's authentic. And I'm super grateful for having learned those lessons from her. The words that you say are a blueprint to how your mind, body, and psyche want to make a reality. It's so great to see Marisa's work because even in her quotes, the analogy is so simple. If you control the blueprint of your mind, you will control your life. In the same way, if you control your ideas and simplify them in a way that everyone else can listen to them, then you too will hypnotize your audience into believing the ideas that you have to share with them. As always, if you enjoyed this week's episode of MasterTalk, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well to see more videos like this. And if you know anyone that's a fan of Marisa Peer, be sure to send them this video so that they'll be one step closer to being a bit more hypnotic. See you next time.